welcome back to the channel. Now this is the second part of my very much a failure first part of the What Now series. This is looking at what we can do with our images once we've taken them, and I had this bright idea. I'm just going to transfer my images onto glass because I did a stained glass workshop and I wanted to use my images as part of some of my stained glass projects. Well, the first attempt didn't go very well. If you want some entertainment, feel free to go and watch it. If you're not that bothered, then maybe stick with this episode. I tried one method last time. This time I have 4 methods in my mind that I'm going to try. Some of them more complicated than others. One might be a short bought option, so we'll see which one we prefer. We're going to give it a go and let me know what you think. If it works, it's going to be great because I can do loads of stained glass and I can make stained glass picture frames with my picture on the actual glass. I'm getting to a point where I'm not too hopeful about that, but I'm not going to quit yet because I've looked it up. I've looked at other options and we're going to try and see if there's anything else we can do. So let's go. I said I had 4 different methods, so I've got 4 different methods to try, and then I do have a shop bought option for us to have a look at, but I'm going to keep that one secret until the end, so we'll give that one a go later. So my first option is plain paper, which is the same that we tried last time. However, last time we used a thing called matte medium. Now, I've never used matte medium before, and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, why would that stick an image to a bit of glass? So I've got it in my head and I don't know where it's come from, but I want to try it just with PVA glue and see if that would take the image off. Now, most of the tutorials I watched did suggest that you should use a laser printer, and I am using an inkjet printer. So I do have to hold my hands up and say, look, I'm not particularly following the suggestions. So we're going to try it with PVA, see if that works. Another option, can we just stick the image to the glass and not wash the paper off? How see-through will it be? Because ideally, if you've got coloured glass around the edge, I would like the image to be slightly transparent as well, so I'd quite like to try that. My other option is that I've got some photo paper here. I don't know if that's going to make any difference at all, but it is glossy. And it's got this glossy cover to it, which makes me think if you take the paper off, you may be left with a clear gloss that might help it stick. I don't know. We'll try that with matte medium and we'll try that with PVA as well. And then my option here, and you probably can't tell, but this is actually transparent sticker paper. Now, I've just realised, and it was a bit stupid, that I've printed this off with my logo in the corner of it. And it's going to be stuck on the glass back to front, so my logo is going to be backwards. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll try it. I suppose it depends which way round you have the glass. If it's transparent, it doesn't really matter. But yes, this is transparent sticker paper, so I thought we could try this and see how see-through it is with the image printed on and see if it sticks to the glass, which I assume it will. It's a sticker, but then glass is hard to stick things to. So various different options here. Let's give it a go. I better start with cutting my pictures out, and I'm going to try and do that cool video thing that everyone does. So see you in a minute. Boom! Did that work? Was that cool? I hope it was cool. Anyway, I've cut my images out. It's quite interesting seeing the difference in the quality of the images depending on what paper you've printed it on. I mean, like the plain paper versus the other two, you can see a clear difference, but the photo paper is just so much brighter than the others. Anyway, let's crack on. We're gonna do PVA glue first, and I'm going to try one of the plain paper and one of the photo paper. So the idea of this is to PVA the image, stick it upside down on the glass, leave it to dry, and then you put water on the paper and slowly rub the paper off, and hopefully it should leave the image behind. I'm saying hopefully because that did not happen when I used the matte medium, so fingers crossed. Okay, we're gonna use the same bit of glass. I might just cut one of these images down a bit because I haven't got much space. So this is the glossy photo paper, and I'm just going to do that with matte medium. Going to leave those to dry now, and we'll come back in a minute. Thing is pretty much dry. Same issue as I had with the matte medium. You can see there that it's raised up. This is the plain paper one, but it's also raised up a bit on the photo paper, which I'm surprised about because it's pretty sturdy. Not raised up on this one, which I used the matte medium on though, so that's weird. It definitely looks quite, I don't know if you can tell, but it looks quite streaky from the glue, so questionable. But shall we see? At least I can say I gave it another go, I guess. So shall we see what happens? I've got some water here. I've got a paintbrush to put it on. It's a bit damp because I just cleaned after the glue. So I guess we can give it a go and see what happens. Alright, shall we just try? Oh, I'm a bit nervous. Oh well, what have we got to lose, eh? Is that... I think that's working. Can you see that? I don't know how transparent it is. I'll keep going and we shall see.
But this time I'm going to do Kiki.
No!
Basket, and in that basket we're...
Okay, I've just realised you can't see. Which is annoying because otherwise you'd have seen that I've just pulled the picture away. Damn it. And there's the middle gone. Okay, maybe not. Let's try the photo paper. And there it goes. Well, they've all got holes in. It's bits dropping everywhere. I mean, there would be maybe hope with the matte medium and the photo paper. I did rub quite hard there, but it's not particularly reliable, and it's slightly transparent, but not overly. Let's try the sticker paper and see how that goes. Okay, I have much more hope for this one, given that it is clear sticker paper. Hang on, clear sticker paper was that one. Make sure you use the right one would be helpful. I don't really see how this can go wrong. The only thing that there's potential for is if it's not very transparent. So I guess that's really the thing that we're looking at. I'll try this one because it's got some white in it. It'll be interesting to see if that's more transparent, because I'm assuming that a printer puts ink on where there's colour but maybe just leaves it plain where it's white, although yeah, because, well, that's what I would assume, because you only put colour ink in, don't you? So unless, well, it might not be true white, I suppose. Anyway, enough waffling. The only challenge with this kind of thing is getting the backing off the paper. So let's see. My nails are fairly long, so it might be alright. Although it's also that time of year when my eczema is really bad, so that's fun. I don't know if anyone else is like that when it's winter. Is that it? Have I got it? Yeah. Ooh. Sorry, can you see that? You can, can't you? Look, can you see? It is definitely transparent on the white bits. Okay. Next challenge. Can I stick it on without any air bubbles? Oh look, because my logo on the bottom corner is definitely white, so there's definitely no ink there, because you can see, definitely see through that. I normally try being really efficient and put it in the most effective way, but I don't know. Let's put it that way. Well, it's weird because it's sort of like, it's quite easy to press it down on that bit, but where there's ink it kind of resists you, and I don't want to smudge it. So this glass is just replacement glass for picture frames. So it's pretty decent price on the likes of Amazon and stuff like that. So, oh look, you still got the ombre bit in the sky. I've not put that on very square, but I can trim that edge, that's fine. Oh, I'm holding it up, but you can't see it, so that's not very helpful. I quite like that. I mean, if I really angle it, you can see a bit of texture here. The sky's not smooth like it was in the image. I think that's just where it's not quite fully stuck on the glass, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Is there an air bubble there? Maybe, but you know what, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to try my coloured ones and see how we get on with that, but black and white monochrome, pretty pleased with that option. Okay, I did say I have one more option, and that's to be lazy and spend money to get somebody to do it for me. Now, the only thing with this is it was very hard to find a company that would print on glass, and majority of them were printing onto backsplashes for your kitchen, which wasn't really what I was after because that's quite big. And the one that I could find, which is this one, would only do it in one size, which is this size, which I guess maybe it's used as a tile? Maybe I looked in the wrong place. I think it was about £9.50, £10. So it wasn't too expensive. It wasn't as expensive as it could have been. The fingerprints on it are mine, just. And it's quite nice. It looks pretty good, my image does. It's not transparent. That is the one thing that I was after. You can't see it here, I don't think, but there are a couple of little nicks in the image which have got slight holes in, so you'd get a light through that spot but nowhere else. I mean, it has come out very nicely and I will use it. I'm not going to not use it. Yeah, so it looks good. That was interesting and slightly more successful than last time, which is good. So we'll start with the worst, I suppose. PVA glue and the matte medium, it just doesn't work. Maybe it works with a laserjet printer, but it definitely does not work with an inkjet printer. So if you see any of those tutorials, ignore them. And that was both with plain and glossy printer paper. I had another option which you didn't see me try. Well, I did sort of try it, but I wasn't quite so obvious about it. And that was to glue an image just to the glass and leave it at that. But when I've glued these images with both PVA and the matte medium onto the glass, they're really smeary. I don't think it's really what I was after. I mean, it wouldn't be transparent, but it was, yeah, it just left smear marks. You know what PVA glue's like. I mean, I've been peeling it off my fingers for a little while and I wasn't even that messy compared to normal. So that leaves us with two options. We've got the transparent sticker paper and we have the shop bought option. I'm hoping it's going to focus and not on my face. Although this one isn't showing very well here, I actually really like how transparent it is, but you can still see the image. I've got this one slightly wet. Do not get it wet, I have learnt. But the rest of them I really like, that it's really easy to do. I can print them out in any size that I want. You can still see my face behind it. And I could change the shape to anything. The transparent sticker paper, not particularly expensive. Used my inkjet printer, so that worked quite well. There is a bit of texture to them in the background, which I might be able to do a better job of when I'm sticking them down. I think maybe if I just use some sort of scraper or something to just really make sure it's stuck down properly, I think that will help. Yeah, so pretty good option. Shop bought is very nice. The quality is very good. It's not so transparent and it does have quite a solid background, but it's also quite thick. So depending on what glass I'm using to frame it, it might be a bit of a challenge. And in comparison, this is quite expensive compared to this option. So at least we've got to the end of the video, this time with an answer. And the answer for me is going to be transparent sticker paper. Now I've got my tools for Christmas. I've just been saving up a little bit more to get some glass. And I'm going to try my hand at making myself a stained glass picture frame for my picture. And I'm going to stick it in there. And I will show you as I do that. So keep an eye out for that one. It'll be a little while yet, I think, but we're nearly there. Yeah. So let me know down below which ones you preferred. These look, I showed you when I was doing them and they looked better then. The lighting's not great here. Which one would you have preferred? One of these? Or do you just really like the mess of the PVA glue? Who knows? Let me know down in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!